Ooh, 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 ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and League of Legends lovers and haters, welcome back. It's 2 a.m., and I know I'm late on this piece of news. However, we have a lot to go over here. I have not seen this, but Lord knows when it came out, I was notified. I sensed not a disturbance in the Force, but a correction. So we have a lot to talk about when it comes to this video. And this video is only 4 minutes, so you could tell this was really like panic mode for Riot Games. You know they were like, okay, fuck, we gotta get this out. They're probably only gonna talk about Hextech chest rewards and shit, right? It says and more. I would doubt if they talk about anything else. This is like a pure reaction because if you've lived under a rock and you don't know the situation, this is basically it. Riot, as things have moved forward, have made things worse for free-to-plays, and in general, I personally think this as well. The quality of everything except the actual gameplay, which is ironic too, because that's the thing that should piss people off the most. But everything aside from gameplay has basically gotten worse. Free rewards gotten worse. Hextech chests removed. The mastery chests are getting removed too, which means soon I have to open all my mastery chests, so that's going to be a nice little unboxing. Unless they go back on that here, but who knows what they do now. Because they say things and then it doesn't even make sense half the time. Like Battle Pass XP coming from TFT, even though you can't get Battle Pass XP from TFT. Excuse me, but regardless, they've taken out Twitch Prime capsules, they've taken out a lot of other shit. This is where, again, aside from a gameplay perspective of things, League has probably never been worse. The passes are worse. Instead of opting for choice with tokens, you have to take the slop they give you, which is sometimes even chromas slash recolors and skins that don't even have backs or different animations, just different effects, which sometimes are decent, but most of the time are ass. Basically, in all senses of the word, League has gone worse, especially with this new season. With the season they touted, 2025 season will be unbelievable. Like, it will be something complete. Like, it is the year of League of Legends, they said. They said this show is going to go crazy. It did, just in the wrong fucking way. This shit's ass, right? And I've made videos about this before, so if you've seen the other ones, this is just a little bit of a review. But it got so bad, and I'm so glad the community didn't like give up on this because look, our voices actually had an impact. And this is where, sadly, I'm gonna have to say something that I don't know if people want to hear, but we should not be praising Riot for this. We have a win, but this should not be considered a win. And I don't even know what they did yet, right? I'm assuming that they're either going to bring Hextech chests back either the same or worse. I doubt they will do it better, but we don't know. And you know what the sad part is? Pabro and I believe this is Medler, I think. But Pabro here and the other guy, they're just the messengers here. Like, I really feel bad for them because they're like the face of it. They're getting memed on. This is probably not up to them. Like, 99% this is not up to them. They're just the messenger and they're getting shot. But sadly, that's what's going to happen. But regardless, right? This is where we should not praise Riot for this. We should hold them under scrutiny because I don't want this to be an Overwatch situation where they take something away and then they give it back either the same or worse and then we praise them for it because it's like being fed like good food, having it taken away, being fed shit and then getting decent food back. It's like, okay, well, what did we used to have, right? Why are we celebrating something that shouldn't have been changed in the first place? We shouldn't celebrate them giving back what never should have been taken away. And that's the main thing I'm scared of. It's like people might get too complacent. Now, obviously, the extreme conspiracy theorist in me is like, what if they did this to kind of corral players and try and like put it in their mind subconsciously to be okay with this type of stuff? They're basically pushing the envelope. What if they're pushing the envelope to get people more used to just getting shittier stuff? And obviously, they gave us back the chest, but again, what if this is just conditioning us? Who knows, right? And obviously, it's extremely conspiracy theorist. I don't think it's true, but it could be. But anyway, let's take a look at what they're doing. Let's see how much they're going to prostrate themselves in front of us. And let's just hope, because at the end of the day, even if they give Hextech chests back, we have all the other issues. The Battle Pass still isn't good. And, people have seen the Act 2, or sorry, not Act 2, the second half. I think it is Act 2. Basically the second half of the Noxian Battle Pass that's coming out soon. It's basically shit. Like, the new Battle Pass system is still going to be shit. The Mythic Essence is going to be worse. The gacha skins are still going to be in the game. The $150 to $200 chromas are still going to be there. Like, all this stuff isn't going away. It's just we're getting a tiny sliver back. Which, again, we shouldn't praise them for. But it's like, we got to take the wins where we can, but this really should not be considered a win, which is sad. But let's see what they're doing. Let's see if it's actually as bad or as good as I think.
Hi folks.
Hi.
Today is February
Otis
25th.
Medler.
I'm Andre, also known as Medler.
So they did this like quick too, because usually they record these ahead of time.
And I'm Pabro. We know
Hi,
that some of
Pabro.
you are frustrated.
And you know what's ironic? I think this is one of the few times, if not one of the first times, that Riot has basically said, yes, we're doubling down on something, and then instead of tripling down, they actually went back on it. This is where at the end of the day, right? Riot does listen. I don't like their new direction. I don't like where the new CEO or whatever the fuck his name is, Dylan, is taking the game. And I don't think the times are good for the future, but at least they stopped the bleeding for now. He looks like Bad Buddy with long hair. That's crazy.
Even questioning if Riot is still the company you've always known.
No, it's not.
And we get it. We aspire to put players first.
They say that, and like I said, right, their original thing, and I will always say this, I am the player that's the problem. They used to say, and their original quote was like, oh, free-to-play players are getting too much. And all these people, mainly Necrit, right? I'll say Necrit because he's probably the most popular. All these people debunked this, where it's like, yeah, people are getting a lot of skins per se, but it's not a lot of skins we want, right? And because they've muddied the pool so much, because there's so much shit skins in the pool, because the overall skin quality has gone down, which is a different argument, right? If they want to say skins are hard to make, if champions have the same animations or do kind of the same thing, how many different ways can you swing a sword, right? When you have this many champions, this many skins in the game, it's a fair argument. I would say it's more of an argument than what they put out, which free to plays are the problem. And I think that's the main issue. Players like me are the problem. So if they wanted to say, okay, we have people who are buying the passes, not buying Mythic Essence, not getting the Prestige skin. All they're doing is just grinding loot orbs, and that's basically getting them every skin in the game. I can understand that because, from a value perspective, how much does the pass cost? A little around $10 to $15. And if you really grind it out like I did, and probably most people do, you're getting so many skins out of it, and then you can re-roll those. The system at a certain point, if you put in the time, is very fair. But at that argument, I'm a pay player. I'm a pay to, well, not pay to win, but even though I win anyway, I'm a player that actually puts in money. I buy every pass. I give them a lot of money. So the question is, should I deserve to get this? I think yes, personally, because I am grinding out, I am putting time into the game, and I'm giving them a decent amount of money too. But their whole argument that free-to-play players were the problem is a complete fucking lie, and you shouldn't believe them. And again, it's not Pabro and Meddler saying this, it's the higher-ups. It's really sad. Yeah, they are scapegoats. It's extremely, extremely sad.
And when our decisions don't land the way we intended, it can damage your trust.
And this is where it's like you have to question, right? They even said like, oh yeah, we know we're going to get pushback on this. We know you guys are not going to like this, but we know it's the right decision, so shut up, we're doing it anyway. I mean, again, ultimately, I'm glad they're going back on it, but it's like, damn, you really said you weren't, and now you are. It's like, you know, they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't in some people's eyes, because if they stick to their guns, then people hate them because they take away their free shit, which you never want to do. Like, that's an extremely hard thing to do. If you give something to someone, and I think chests were out for 9 years, right? So it's not like they gave it and then they took it back quickly. This was a system in the game for about 9-ish years, and then they took it out. It's like, you don't want to do that. You do not want to take away something from people that they are so used to. But again, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they don't take it away like they said, or if they do take it away and they keep it away like they said, they're sticking to their guns, but people are going to hate them. But then if they give it back, it's like, okay, well, how can you trust anything they say? So there's a negative to each situation.
Recently, we've made a number of changes that didn't hit the mark for everyone.
A lot. And again, if they say they're going to change the battle pass to include tokens again, I'd be happy. I don't think we're ever going back to that, and it makes me cry. When you take away choice from the player, not even just in game, just in any way, especially cosmetically where money's involved too, it feels so terrible. And again, people aren't rioting for that, right? People aren't rioting to get TFT XP back in the battle pass. Well, some people are, but not enough people, sadly. This is where, we did win. And again, I don't even want to count this as a win. We just got something back that we should have never had taken away. But it's like there's more problems, and I don't think those are going to get solved, so I'm still scared for League's future. I'm still debating whether I want to buy these future passes, because they're so shit. Like, I don't want these skins for these champions I don't play. They still give orbs, thankfully. I think they give 9 orbs per pass, and then 3 gotcha roll pulls, which is, whoop-de-fucking-do, get me addicted, right? They always give you a free sample of the drug to get you hooked. And it's not even a free sample. You have to pay for the pass to get the fucking 3 pulls. But, this is where it's like, All these things are just getting so bad where, again, they're giving back chests, but it's such a small thing in the grand totality, I feel like.
We've been listening to your feedback, and it's clear that there are areas where we need to adjust.
No one is surprised by this, and they should have. Well, they do know this. You know what the biggest thing is that Riot does? They thought they could get away with it.
So today we want to walk through what's changing,
Let's see.
why we're making these updates, and
Why?
how
Because we complained.
we're working to ensure League is a game that feels rewarding and worth your time.
And not nickel and diming us, like most games like Blizzard do.
We're covering these changes at a high level in this video. But
Okay.
if you're looking for more details, check
Article.
out the dev blog that's out now.
Lovely.
First
We're definitely going to look at that.
up, chests. It's clear that for many of you, Hextech chests weren't just a way to get stuff.
If Hextech chests and this whole like old system of tokens and passes and grinding wasn't in the game, I think there's an honest to God argument I would have quit League of Legends. Maybe not fully quit, but I would have played it almost 99% less than I do now. I'm almost positive. Like, I love the grind. I love grinding cosmetics. And, you know, over time I've refined it, but this idea of getting, like, stuff for free that's paid, it's like crack cocaine to us free-to-plays, man. And I'm not even a free-to-play. But, you know, they basically made an upgraded experience for people who pay, you know, like me. Again, it's just like, I just can't imagine why they were this stupid.
They were an important part of making your time in League feel rewarding.
Yes.
We didn't fully grasp how much this mattered to you.
Cosmetics
and that led us
matter
to
the
make changes
most.
that missed the mark.
Aside from
As a result,
gameplay and
chests
cosmetics.
are coming back.
Yes!
Starting in Act 2, which is the patch next week,
So
you'll
1
be able
week.
to earn up to 10 chests
Oh!
and keys per act. 8
I hope that's for free.
will be spread throughout the free pass
Okay, and there it is. And there it is.
instead of the seasonal skin and the 1350 or lower skin, because you've told us you prefer chests.
We're
Wow.
bringing chests back through the pass
The fact that it's through the pass is a little scary though, but now I actually have a reason to grind the pass.
instead of through champion mastery, because we want to ensure they're accessible regardless of different playstyles.
So this is where, and you know, it really makes me question these things, right? They did recently this whole revision to the whole pass system, where instead of just earning it with an S or whatever, you have champion mastery that you can earn it with, so people can earn it in ARAM, and that was there for like 2 seconds, and then it got replaced by the current system we have now with the battle pass. It's like, why did they even do that change? It almost makes me feel like this just came out of nowhere because the new CEO came in. But regardless, right? It's just like, you know, it going to the pass, is that good? Yes, right? I think having to tie it to champion mastery is a little stifling. Now, at the end of the day, right, you shouldn't just give away free shit for no reason. Like, you should earn it to a certain extent, but you want to make it a little annoying. This is where we do have to count them as a business too, right? We can't just have it all the players' way, because then they'd make no money. So, do I think it's fair that's in the past? Do I think it's more accessible, like what they're saying? It depends how they do it, but most likely, yes. The fact that I had to play, especially with the old system too, after a certain point in the year, when I got the S on all my champions, unless you played in a group, if you played in a group, it's somewhat easier, because anyone can earn the S at that point. And if you didn't have it on that champion, you got it if your teammate got it. But at a certain point, if you're a solo player like me, and you got an S on most of your champions, unless you're good like me, which most people are not, a lot of people ended up finding it very annoying or struggling because you had to play new champs and do good on them to get the chest. And it's like, okay, well, in one way it's good because it encourages playing out of your comfort zone, but another way it's bad because you're probably going to suck dick and your team is going to suffer for you trying to get a chest. So there's a lot of nuance to it. But I think this new Battle Pass system, depending on how it is, the fact that there's only 8 we can get for free, I gotta see the number, because at a certain point people, again, had a harder time getting them with the old system. So even though there was theoretically, let's just say, like, you know, you could get per split 24, let's just say, not everyone got the full 24 because, let's just say, they couldn't always get the S. So the system might be overall better, but we gotta see.
Whether you play modes with random champion selection or free choice,
Yes.
whether you play a wide variety of champions or just a few.
See, this is good. This
we'll
sounds
support
good.
that.
This is honestly,
And
I feel
the
like
other
better.
2 chests per act will be earnable through honor.
Oh,
We're doing it that way because we believe League is better.
Okay.
You're surrounded by players who make your experience better.
Wait, this is actually
Every
good.
match is shaped by the players in it.
Holy
Some of
shit.
the best moments come from great competition, teamwork, and respect for each other.
Okay, actually, that's
So,
so
we want to
good.
explore ways to reward and recognize those of you who embody this.
I'm not gonna lie, every other crack they took at Honor was just fucking nonsense and like didn't really do shit. This actually is, I think, the best thing they've done thus far with Honor.
In the short term, Those honor chests will be delivered through missions
Okay.
while we're working on the honor system.
Okay. They've said they're working on the honor system for God knows how fucking long.
To be clear, chests from both the pass and from
Are
honor
free.
will be the exact same chests as the ones you got through champion mastery.
So sadly, they're not going to give you the mythic skins or the exalted skins. You're not going to be able to get those. But hey, at least we're getting the shit back, and it seems, unlike Blizzard, to be in a better way. So it's not the same or worse, thankfully, yet.
And next up, we've got champion acquisition.
Okay. This is a hot topic. I honestly think at least this one was a little bit of an overreaction. Now, in the beginning, I think the community was warranted, right? The fact that you only got, 25 blue essence or some shit, or was it, 75 or whatever per level? I think it was 75 because they upped it to 750. I think 750 per level is honestly more fair. But you do have to complete the bass to get to that. And before that, I think you only get, a couple free champion shards or whatever. I think the new system, we needed time to get used to it. People overreacted. I mean, again, I'm glad they changed it, but for this, I actually think this wasn't too bad. At the beginning, it was terrible, but I think they did make it better.
A clear problem for newer players especially is building out their champion roster.
And this is after, by the way, they adjusted the cost of all the champions. For those of you who are new, you wouldn't know this, but when a champion came out, and I think it still is this way for a little bit, the champion was priced at 7,800 blue essence, and then their price adjusted with timing, right? So the longer a champion was out, the more they would get a discount, aka the more their price would go down. This is where it's not the case anymore. Now these champions are based on their I guess difficulty or skill cap, where easy champions are priced low and hard champions are priced kind of higher. Which is, I think that's a good system, but that wasn't how it always was, believe it or not.
And for League to continue to thrive long term, it needs to be more accessible.
Robbery is
lowering
crazy.
champ cost is one way to help achieve that. It's certainly not the only thing, but
Wait,
we
what
think
did
it's
they
an
just say?
important one.
Wait, let me go
and all
back. What did they say?
The way to help achieve that. It's certainly not the only
Wait,
thing
wait.
more accessible. And lowering champ
Oh, lowering champ cost. So again, they already lowered a lot of champions' costs overall across the board with the whole attaching price to skill difficulty. So it's crazy that they're lowering it even more. I mean, honestly, this is where the argument's been made, and I think it's a valid argument. And even Overwatch did this too, because Overwatch tried this bullshit for a little bit, and even they knew it was stupid, right? Think about this. Why would I get a skin for a champion I don't own, right? This is where other games like Dota, and especially, again, Overwatch, even Overwatch changed their tune. They used to make it so you have to unlock new heroes. And eventually they were like, okay, this is dumb. Let's just make everyone free. If you make everyone free and then you try and sell cosmetics, you're going to sell a lot more because, number one, it lowers the barrier to entry. A lot of people can just try the champion instead of waiting to grind them out. If you wait to grind a champion out, let's just say I want to play Aurelion Sol, but I have to earn Blue Essence to earn him. And until I play him, I'm not really having fun with the game. The champions don't mesh with me. And I just quit the game because I never got to play him. But if I played him, I would have stayed because I would have mained him because I love him, right? And then because I'm staying and I love him, I might buy more skins. I think just in general, it makes sense to have these all be free in general. There's a really, really good argument for it, and I think Riot's a little bit behind the times with this, ironically enough. But, let's see what they're doing. Because, again, this has gotten better over time, but there's a really strong argument now for just all the champs being free. And from a business perspective, if you want to sell cosmetics, again, even with the chest system, when I open a chest and I get a random skin for a champ I don't own, why the fuck do I care?
champ cost is one way to help achieve that. It's certainly not the only thing, but we think it's an important one. And all the recent discussion about Blue Essence
Just
and
make
champion
everything
shards
free.
has really emphasized that it's something we should be changing right now.
Okay.
So, we're going to be lowering the Blue Essence cost of all champions
Crazy.
by 50%
Wow.
in the next patch.
Wow.
Third, we're going to be delaying Exalted
Holy fucking shit, they're actually doing it.
Mordekaiser to take more time to make sure it better delivers on its core fantasy.
How good are they going to make this skin? Let's see.
We're also taking more time to improve all future Exalted skins.
Yeah, this is a big one. Again, skin quality has overall gone down, and when they're going to try and peddle us $250 gacha skins, and the gacha skins are not better than a legendary, are you fucking kidding me? They're saying these skins are a higher tier than legendary, than ultimate, they're a tier above that, and they're worse than a legendary, just according to, what the skin gives. It's crazy how they try and peddle this.
So you likely won't see one in every act this year as originally planned.
Thank God. The worst thing is when they try and push out content, and I'm pausing every fucking second, I know, but, that's why you come to watch my videos, not someone else's. But this is where I would rather wait for content and make sure it's good than have shit peddled to me on like a cycle, right? If there's a skin that has to come out every 2 weeks, but because it comes out every 2 weeks, it's low quality, I don't mind waiting as long as it's higher quality. Now, can the business survive with that? For most business, I would say I don't know. But Riot Games is a fucking multi-billion-dollar company. They could fucking survive. Fuck them.
Additionally, for paid seasonal pass skins, we're going to be replacing one of the non-prestige ones with 25 Mythic Essence.
Okay,
We've
whatever.
seen clear feedback that there's both a lack of
When Mythic Essence was able to get you skins, I was okay with it. Now that they're giving more Mythic Essence, I don't know. I mean, again, it gives me back a little bit more choice, but not full on choice that we had before. So it is whatever.
Mythic Essence on the paid pass, and that we've been doing more champions for each seasonal theme.
I do agree, though. You know, Hunty brings up a good point here. This is where they did say that one of the reasons why the quality has to go down, at least for Ultimates, is because the game can't handle it. If they made more elemental lux, the game would literally crash. Like the server, the engine, I don't know what the fuck it is, but the game would not be able to function properly. Now, maybe they've gotten better with the tech. Maybe they've gotten like workarounds, because obviously these skins are not like Lux. Lux is basically 9 skins in one, even though it's mainly chromas, but with some different effects and some different voice lines. But you know, the Lux skin was cool, but Ultimates overall, after a certain point, I think have gone down because they all have to have a gimmick. Some legendaries have a gimmick, all Ultimates have a gimmick, but at a certain point, all these things started getting degraded where either they're not there or they're just terrible. I think Lux ones is a flip bag. Seraphine really had some controversy, but she got through it because she was K-pop. So it really depends, but it really begs the question, like, you know, they said this for the Lux skin, so I do believe the technology improved and stuff, but, you know, how good can they make the Mordekaiser skin where it won't break the fucking engine? That's a good question.
Then makes sense.
Do they
For
lie
Act 2,
again?
Our plan is that the skins on the paid battle pass will be Darius, Scion, and Talon.
Okay, so Darius is a decent skin, but it is the prestige one. It's not great. It's okay. Scion skin is ass. The Talon skin is ass.
And fourth, in the last dev update, we said we'd be running Clash less often.
Ooh, that was a big one people did not like. As a person who's a solo player, like, I love the clashes that are more chill, and I think the game, like, obviously you need to have some sort of competitive proness, but a majority of people are casual. So I think the ARM clashes, the ARF clashes, those are probably what's going to make more. I wish they would hold them more often, but again, that would eat into their profits like they think because it gives people the opportunity to earn free skins.
But after hearing your feedback, we realized that what we took away was actually really important to some of you.
I think that's true.
For those who love Clash, it can feel like League at its purest.
It's actually the closest like casuals will get to a competitive setting,
Teams coming together, strategizing, and
which is a very, very strong feeling, by the way.
competing in a tournament-like setting. So we'll be returning Clash to a monthly schedule.
Nice, we got that
March's
back
Clash event will
too.
be all random Earth.
Okay.
Then we'll run a regular Summoner's Rift Clash in April.
Okay, whatever.
Let us know what sort of mixture of regular Summoner's Rift, ARAM, and rotating game modes
I want more ARAM ones. I think the ARAM ones are so fucking fun.
you'd like to see throughout the rest of the year for Clash. Okay, that's the core of this
How do we tell them what we want? Do we just comment in the YouTube?
update. On a smaller note, we want to reaffirm, for those of you who've been asking, that
Oh.
both your shop and the Blue Essence Emporium will
Oh yeah, people were scared about this too. People were like, "Oh, it still hasn't come out by this time, and every year it usually comes out by this time. So are they taking that away too? Because they already took away honor capsules and everything else. But again, why would they not take it away when it was mainly tied to Hextech chest and keys? But now they did say they're redoing the honor thing. So again, because before, what would the honor capsule give you? They would give you Hextech keys, I believe. So if chests aren't in the game, why would they keep that in the game? It made sense why they removed it, although it looked really bad for the time. But now the question is how they're going to rework it.
be coming back soon for their first runs this year. We're targeting your shop in patch 25.6 and the Emporium in patch 25.7. Now, as we wrap up, we want to acknowledge that we know getting League to the right place isn't about just one set of changes.
Okay.
It's about continually refining and improving the game.
Yes.
We think today's updates are an important step, and we'll keep tracking how these changes feel, talking with all of you about how things are landing, and making adjustments.
We've always built League along with you.
See, I feel so bad for Pablo, man. He has to like say like, "Yeah, sorry, like we're wrong. Please, like hit us a little bit, okay?"
all, the community.
It's not even
Thank you for
him.
sticking with us and hearing us out.
I feel bad when people have to apologize on other people's behalf. They should get the fucking CEO out here and do this shit. Where's fucking Dylan? Where's fucking Dylan boy?
And we look forward to continuing to work
Where's
with you
Dilly
to
Dilly?
make sure League is the best game it can be. So once again, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the Rift.
See, again, I've always asked this question, and this is the big assumption. Are they just abandoning League? Are they treating it like a cash cow? Because Unless it's Wild Rift, because I feel like Wild Rift is beating the shit out of League in a lot of fucking ways. It makes you question, like, are they just like skill capped with League? Do they think League can't really go anywhere else? Is it too hard to update? Does it not make financial sense? Is it just, on a downward decline? They did say it's more evened out, where they're not really getting more players, but they're not losing players. But they need to keep making revenue, and the way the company is, the revenue needs to be more every year. But the real question becomes, I would say, what do they see for the future of League? Because we have all these other things. Riot is no longer dependent on League. They have TFT, which is huge, right? I think TFT is probably very, very successful, and I think it's going to be a long time before they probably exhaust all the ideas for that. Wild Rift is also huge. Legend of Runeterra is kind of a failure, but they're keeping it alive because it's more of a love letter to the fans. The MMO, who knows what's happening with that, but that's probably going to be their like number one moneymaker if it's successful. Like at that point, I would argue at that point, why would they even focus on League? They should, but Riot, we don't seem to be going in the right direction with them, but we'll see. But as long as they're not solely dependent on League anymore, there's a good argument to be said, especially with its age. Why would they focus so much on it when they have other income streams that are easier to do, that are better to do? Where League is dated, it's a hard game to get into. They've improved it a lot, don't get me wrong. But every game has to end at some point, allegedly. But we gotta see. But either way, this was a great video. I wish, and I'm gonna look at the comments here, and I'm a little scared too because I hope we don't see anything naughty. But we're gonna see the comments here. We're gonna look at the dev blog as well, because I'm curious to see, is this more, less, or the same amount of chests you could have earned? And overall, if the earning of the chest is easier, then I think for overall people, this probably will be better, unless it's a massive difference in just total amount you can earn. But let's see. Let's take a look. It's in a book. Where the fuck is the dev blog? It's not here. Divided by hatred for each other, united by hatred for the company. One of the most League moments. Again, I'm glad they went back on it, but let's see. Hextech chests, and it's from Vanderil too. Oh my god. So yeah, the community's like all like happy and stuff. And again, I will say this: they didn't just bring it back the same. I think they did make it better. We just got to see the pure numbers of how many chests we can get, and then how do you get keys? Are getting keys the same way? But sometimes there's a mismatch with how many keys you get. And this is where the old pass system helped with this too. At a certain point, you can buy keys or chest. Well, I don't know if you can buy chests. I think you can buy not skin shards, orbs, but at a certain point you could buy more keys because you usually had more chests than keys. But either way, let's see. Apparently someone's speaking fast here. Let's see. EU882. Let's see. Maybe they'll start having the CEO and executives defend, debate their actions instead of putting employees like Pabro and Meddler to clean up. This is what I said. This is legit what I said, man. Also, let's like this comment. That guy's true. I said this. They should have the CEO out here and say this because Pabro and Meddler are getting like a lot of the flack and it doesn't make sense and I kind of feel bad for them. Also, fucking Necrit commented on this. Yo, Hextech Chest, it's back! Oh my god. Okay, so I think this is a rare W. I'm gonna say it. I was a little apprehensive to say it, but maybe we should think right because maybe things are a little bit better. Wow. The shortest dev update, yet the most cherished. Crazy. Dude, and now Necrit's gonna make like 4 more videos on this shit. This shit is fucking wild. Anyway, let's take a look at the dev blog. League of Legends dev blog. Let's read the chest bullshit. Let's see if it's here. Content farm, of course. I mean, hey, that's what we're doing here too. Alright, so I guess there's 2 here, so we'll look at both just in case. Oh, one of them's the video, never mind. We already saw this shit.
Today.
Yeah, hi Meddler. Alright, here we go. So we see this amazing, awesome Scion skin. And that is a joke. It's not that amazing or awesome. Let's see. We know that some of you, aka all of us, even questioning, well, first of all, are frustrated. Even questioning if Riot is still the company you've always known. It's not. Some of it is, but it's not. Part of it is. They're definitely not full corporate. They're not Blizzard. If you're Blizzard, you're the worst. But they're not Blizzard. We aspire to put players first when our decisions don't land. We intend it can damage your trust. And it definitely did. I feel like now we have a lot of damaged trust, but they did a really good job. Like, again, if there was ever a best apology, I think this is as close as you could get to it. Now, the other question is, when are they going to give us things that we've been waiting for that they've said they're going to put in, like fill but not support? and announcer packs and map skins. The whole, like, you know, changing seasonal, like, skin to the map with the Noxus theme and everything, the whole themed maps are kind of ass. I want more map skins to be in. And again, where are the announcer packs that they said, but whatever. We made a number of changes that didn't hit the mark. We've been listening, blah, blah, blah. We want to walk through what's changing. It's intended to be paired with a dev update video, which we just saw. So, 10 Hextech chest and key. So you get the key with the chest. Okay, so that answers the question about the key. 8 are on the free pass, 2 additional with honors. That's good. They'll be replacing the free battle pass skin, which was usually shit, but whatever. So you might get actually a really good skin from this. I actually agree with this, because the free skin, what if you didn't use the champion, right? This at least gives you a shot at something random, and you could eventually reroll it, so that's good. Consolidating all key fragments into keys, rounding up leftover fragments. So no more fragments. That's actually good too. Holy shit. All champions are getting reduced by 50. Great change. They should really just make it free, but the closer we get to that, the better. They're delaying the Mord skin. We're almost in the light dimension. Like, the only thing that would have made this better is if the whole Kanye drama happened and he said, sorry guys, I got hacked. Like, this is an event where it's like, wow, it was so bad, but almost everything got fixed and then some. So let's see. So they're delaying the Mord skin. Sadly, we still have gotcha in the game, though. They're increasing the quality, and they've said this multiple times, but I guess they're saying it again. They're increasing the quality of the Battle Pass skins going forward. When will this patch be coming out? This is coming out next week. They're adding 25 Mystic Essence to the paid pass. Clash is coming back to monthly as it used to be. So basically, they're reverting some things, but also making it better, which is rare. Your shop is coming back, and Emporium is coming back too. Cool. So you get 10, 8 of which was that. So doing an honor. So they're just saying the same thing here. To be clear, both chests from the past and honor will be the exact same chests. Cool. And they're actually giving us the raids too. Holy shit. So 50% of the time you'll get a skin shard. Sometimes you'll get a champion. Sometimes you'll get an emo permanent, which I feel is not 10%. Ward skin, which again, this feels like a little lower than what it actually is. Summoner icon permanent is ass. And then a bonus drop, you could get a bonus chest and key, which is crazy. And then 10% mythic, or sorry, 10 mythic essence. That's good. Ultimately, the above changes mean that the max number of chests any player can earn in a year going forward is 60. So I'm actually curious, how much can you earn before? How many chests can you earn a year, League of Legends? Historically, how much was it? Okay, so this is new. So this was up to 25 chests, which is old. So let's see. This is before, right? So this is with the new system they put in. Now is this more work to get them? They're limited, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember how much it was. Fuck. This was on January 10th. Hextech crafting info. Oh, this is like... Oh, no, this is in 2025. What the fuck? Okay, and this is almost the same thing for beta. Holy shit. I don't know, man. I wish I could remember. It definitely... I don't think it was 6. There's no way. Either way, a clear problem for players, and this is going to get a little bit solved with the Hextech chest. Not extremely, but you know, you can get champions from those too, as we saw, so that's cool. They're lowering blue essence, so skins, obviously they're delaying the Mord skin. The seasonal skin sub dick, so they're improving that. We're going to lower the overall number of seasonal skins, even on the paid pass, so they're going to focus more on quality over quantity, which is great. There's going to be 3 thematic skins, 2 normal skins, 1 prestige. Nice. And Exalted are going to be not as often, but hopefully better. And then Clash, they're putting back Clash and Blue Essence and Emporium Mirror Shop is coming back as we wrap up, blah, blah, blah. And then TLDR. So it's a lot of just the same shit, just a little bit more detail. Cool. And then they tell you what level you get it on. So on the improved, wait. Oh, okay. I thought that was the paid pass. I got scared. Holy shit. Oh. Yeah, okay. So this is just overall better. And they're actually telling us like what we get in the next one too. They're kind of spoiling us. If love blank indicates no change. Cool. All right. So that's basically it. Overall, like I said, TLDR for this video, things are actually either the same or better, I think. The only thing I'm unsure of is how many chests we used to get. And I'm talking about like with the old system and then with the mastery system we just got for a couple months and now with the new system. I'm curious to see the comparison, but overall, I'm surprised that it seems so far like things are actually getting marginally better. Ultimately, our main problems aren't solved. We're not getting tokens back, so we're not getting full freedom of choice back. However, we're getting a little bit back, which is great. So either way, I hope everyone enjoyed. I know this was a long one, but I appreciate if you stuck around till the end. If you want to see more of me, if you're even here, you can come to Twitch TV/Tecnics channel and come watch me. Hope everyone enjoyed.